everyone. Welcome to episode one of Rebuilding $100 million startups using n8n and AI. So, in this episode, we'll talk about something called Cal.AI project. So if you do not know Cal.AI, what exactly the Cal.AI is, so Cal.AI is basically an application on which you can upload the images of the food or let's say what are the meal that you are having, and it gives you all the nutritional information like how much carbs are there, how much protein is there, etc. Right? So it's a very famous application these days, and they have around 5 million users and the evaluation of more than $100 million. So we are going to build this whole application using n8n and Lovable. So let me just show you the already built-in demo. So I have built this demo using no code, just using Lovable and n8n. So in this application, onto my left-hand side, this is the Lovable. So if you do not know Lovable, it is basically a AI platform on which you can build the full stack application and deploy them very easily. And n8n is basically a AI automation tool in which you can integrate models like ChatGPT, etc., build your own AI agents and get your task done very easily, right? So this is what it is. Now let's see the demo of this application right in here. So now you can see right in here, if I go to analyze and if I click on upload, so we can basically upload the photo, and that photo would be basically analyzed, right? So what I'll just do is I'll just click on execute workflow, or this will simply activate our workflow so that when the image is being sent from the Lovable to the AI, like n8n, right in here, AI automation, the image will be received right in here, right? So I'll just activate the workflow and we'll dive in and understand how exactly it works just after the demo. So I'll activate it. It's now waiting for you to call the test URL. So what I'll just do is I'll click on upload and I'll basically give this rice meal in here and I'll click on open. You can see it has started the analysis and the workflow has been triggered and we have got the result back, and you can see the total nutrition value is being displayed right in here, wherein we have like the ingredients of the meal such as rice and the sweet potato. It is being displayed along with the other nutritional information. So this is what this whole app is all about, that is Cal.AI, and I'll show you how you can quickly build this just using Lovable and n8n. Okay, so without a further ado, let's go and let's start building this. So onto my left, what I have is I just have the Lovable and a blank project or a blank n8n workbench wherein we can basically add the relevant stuff, or basically the n8n graph we can build out and put the things in here to create that whole automation pipeline for us. So let's start. So what I have is I already have a prompt right in here, which I can directly give to the Lovable so that Lovable can create the whole application for us, right? So first we'll create the application part, and then we will maybe we'll actually dive into the creating the n8n automation. So now this prompt simply include things like the project name, simple, I want simple landing page, and image nutrition analyzer. And the goal is to build a fast mobile first landing page that lets the user upload or capture meal photo and get instant micronutrient analytics, right, via post request, right? So Lovable will basically use these keywords to create the whole project, and when the user submits the photo, analyze the meal, then send it to the following webhook. So there is this webhook. Now, what is this webhook? This webhook actually is nothing but a endpoint using which you can actually send the image to the n8n workflow, right? So so we'll create our own endpoint in here and maybe replace it with this one, right? So we will send the data, and then we are expecting that the data returned by the n8n workflow should look like this. So you can see right in here, we are getting the output and the status is success and the food ingredient. So for example, let's say there is a meal which contains a chicken, the cherry tomatoes, chopped carrot, etc., and the corresponding nutritional information about that particular ingredient in that meal, right? So we are expecting the data to be returned by n8n in this format, so that our application can efficiently handle it. What I'll also do is I'll paste this format to the Lovable so that we do not face any issue with the response format. So this will basically spin up the development environment and will start building the whole application for us, right? So it will take some time to spin up the application. Let's wait for some time, and then we'll continue and we'll actually understand how you can connect the application created by Lovable with our n8n workflow. All right, so we have got our application created by Lovable in here, and this looks fine to me. We have got a section wherein basically we can choose the file and upload it, right? So I can click on this button and we can select the rice meal, let's say, and I'll click on open, right? So now we have got our application created by Lovable, wherein we are getting an option to select the file and upload it, right? So let's click in here. Let's select the meal which are there, and let's click on upload, right? So you can see we're getting the image right in here, and we can click on analyze nutrition. Obviously, since we do not have our n8n pipeline set up at the moment, this will not work, right? So if I click on analyze, you can see we are getting that failed message right in here. If you click on inspect, so we will actually see few things right in here. So first of all, we are getting this course error because we are making a call to some endpoint to which we are not allowed to, right? So these are the errors we will fix in a moment, but our application is ready. Now let's focus on the n8n part and let's build in the whole AI automation pipeline right in here. So now what we can now do is, so first thing is we should be able to accept the image, right? So whatever the image is being sent, it should be accepted by the AI pipeline. So I'll click on the plus button and I'll simply search for webhook. So first we will have webhook right in here, and this is the endpoint URL of our webhook wherein we can actually send the image, right? So and I'll change the method to post because we'll make a post call from the application, and I'll make the path and I'll call it analyze, right? Like this. Authentication, we can keep it as none. And I think this is pretty much of it. And I can click now here and I click on save. So you can see we have now registered, we have now basically set up a webhook endpoint wherein we can send our image. Now, in order to analyze and return back the whole response, we need an AI agent, right? As well as the AI model, which can actually perform the analysis on this image. So for that, what I'll just do is I'll click on the plus button and I'll click on AI, and then I'll select the AI agent, right? And right in here, what we need to do is first is we need to basically tell the AI agent what to do, right? So let's open this and let's select the define below option, wherein we can basically tell the AI agent what to do in here. So define below, and now let's so what I've just done is I've just given the prompt in here. So analyze the dish in this image and provide the detailed nutritional background, including estimate calories, etc. So this is, I think, fine. And then you can click on add option, automatically pass through binary images. So I'll explain this what exactly it is. And let's click in here and click on save. So that option that we just selected, that is pass binary images automatically, is basically for the AI agent to pass that whole image to the AI model as it is, so that AI model can perform that analysis. So now what we need is we basically okay, so one more thing, we need to enable the require specific output format. So the AI agent need to return back the response also. So I'll enable this and I'll again click on save, which is absolutely fine. So you should see these options: chat model, memory, tool output, and parser, right? So this is fine. Let's now add the AI model, which will actually perform the analysis for us. And I can just search for OpenAI chat model. And right in here, just click on new credentials. We need an API key in order to so we need an API key basically in order to call the OpenAI chat model, right? So what you can just do is you can search for platform.openai.com and you can search for account/API keys. So you will end up at this dashboard wherein you can just go and create a new API key. You can name it anything, for example, Cal.AI demo key, let's say, and click on create secret. So I can just copy and click on done, and I can paste that in here and click on save. So you need to have some credits in your account in order to work with this uh, uh, OpenAI model that we are trying to use, right? Otherwise, it won't work. So let's close this, and this seems to be fine to me. I'll click in here and I'll click on save. So you can see we now have an OpenAI chat model, and then once the chat model has done the processing, then we want to send back the response in a particular format, right? The format that we had basically configured our app to accept, right? So this is that particular format, right? So what I'll now do is I'll click on this and we will select the structured output parser in here. And here we can select a schema type like generate from JSON example, and we can just tell the example JSON to the agent that this is how I'm expecting a response, right? So we have the status, we have the food items, like the ingredients and the total calories, protein, carbs, and fat. So this is as simple as that. And this is pretty much of it. I'll just close, click on save. So now our AI automation workflow is ready. But the thing is, we basically need to make sure that our application sends a call to this endpoint. So what I'll just do is I click and copy this. And what I'll do is I'll simply say update the endpoint to this, and make sure there are no course error. Configure the endpoint at your end only to avoid course error. So you can like write something like this, so that what happens is, so this is a different endpoint and the application, the Lovable application, is running on a different endpoint, right? So there would be a course error, right? We'll get course error the way we were right in here. Course error. So I don't want that to happen, and hence I'm giving that prompt to it, right, to fix this problem. So this will make sure that our endpoint is updated to the webhook endpoint that we wanted, and the course error is also fixed. So it will take some time, and then we will actually see. All right, so it's asking me to enable the cloud. It is just doing some configuration around the course. So I'll allow this for a moment, and this will make sure that we do not see that course error again, right? So let's wait for some time until the course issue and the endpoint has been updated. Now, what we can actually do is let's go and choose the file, and let's see if we can analyze it or not, right? Whether we are able to receive the response or receive the request actually right in here or not. So I'll click on open, and I'll activate my workflow as well, so that it's actually listening for the incoming webhook, right, or incoming request. So I'll click on analyze. So a request should now reach. So you can see the pipeline has been triggered, and we are actually the whole thing is actually working fine, but we do not see the result right in here. So let's go and fix this. What is exactly happening right in here? So okay, all right. So I think, let me again click on analyze. Okay, we are getting some error right in here. So I'll just copy this and paste it in here. And we will also specify the response format has to be this, right? So let me do that again, and let's see. So I can simply say, this is the response format. And I'll simply submit this. So I think the format issue is now fixed. Let's now give it a try. Okay, I'll just select and I'll just choose, click on analyze. Okay, we are still getting an error. Let's now see. Okay, so you can see right over here, we are also getting this sort of warning. So let's click and let's figure out. All right, so right over here, you can see we are responding immediately as soon as the node execute, but we have to basically change it to when last node finishes, so that the whole processing is done, and the result is when the result is sent back, then only in that case, the response will be sent back by the whole AI automation, and it would be received. So what I'll now do is I'll again basically activate the workflow, click on analyze. So now we have received the request again, and let's see if we get the result. So right now, you can see we have got the actual result. So you can see the total calories in the meal is 380 calories, total protein, and the other food breakdown. So there are two ingredients majorly which are there: the rice and the sweet potato curry, right? So this is absolutely fine. Let's now analyze few more. So what I'll just do is I'll just quickly refresh and go back to the landing page. Maybe we can have some cross button or a cancel button so that we can go back, or a back button basically. So let's now select the chicken meat and I'll activate the workflow, click on open, click on analyze. So now the pipeline has been initiated, and you can see we are getting a breakdown, and this seems correct. So we are getting a grilled chicken breast and the other vegetables which are being used. So this is what this whole Cal.AI application is all about. I hope you enjoyed the video. So the next episode will be again on another 100 million, rebuilding $100 million dollar startup using n8n plus AI. So I'll see you in the next episode.